Bro, Hollywood P reacts.
What's good, YouTube? It's your dude Hollywood P back again for another video. Now, as always, folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications so that you stay up to date with all of my latest uploads. All right, guys, we are back once again, and today we have a pretty lit topic to discuss. Now, as we know, our boy DDG is still over in Nigeria, and he is out there just looking for his queen, just having fun, just doing his thing. You know, he doesn't stream for long. You know, he comes on early in the morning because of the big time difference. But when he's doing it, you know, he said that he was going to make a change for 2026. And to be honest with you, he is definitely sticking to his word. He said that next year, which is this year, that he was going to give us more content that was more intimate and more like, instead of being so secretive. So I'm sure he saw my video because I discussed it, and I was like, listen, your fan base and people that watch you are not 10 years old. We have all types of access to the internet. We see everything. Anything that you can imagine, we have already seen. So you holding a girl's hand and turning the camera away, or if a girl start talking to you, you telling Ed to go across the room so we can't hear what you're saying. I mean, that turns people off, you know, from watching your content. So right before the new year, he said that he was going to be more vulnerable. He was going to show more like interaction with females, kind of like how he was doing back when he first started in, like, you know, around the 2017 era, 2016 era. You know, he said he wasn't going to go as far as being like Deshae Frost, but he definitely was going to be more spicy with his content. And I said, man, listen, that's all we asking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't talk to a girl and then shoot a camera away. So he's like, and you probably ain't saying nothing. You know, he's like, oh, so what's your name? You know, you're doing some basic stuff, but you making it look like you being secretive. You know what I'm saying? And when you doing live stream and you IRL in real life and you out here streaming, nobody wants to hear you keep muting the stream. You know, we can't hear what you're saying. And it's like, what's the point of going live? You know what I'm saying? Stick to making vlogs. He said he was coming back to YouTube. He said he was going to start doing vlogs again and stuff. And I think maybe that might be best if you were too like secretive or too private and you don't want this thing over here, you know, said about you, or somebody clipped this and that. That's the whole purpose of Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people don't do Twitch. People that do Twitch, sometimes they just stay in their house. You don't know what city they live in. They just streaming from their house. Some of them don't even show their face. Some of them are like little cartoon characters and stuff, little anime characters. You know what I'm saying? Like the Burnt Peanut, who won like 3 awards at the Streamers Award. You know what I'm saying? The Streamers Award show. So I'm just saying, if you're going to IRL, you're going to have to really show the people what you got going. That's the purpose of it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're going to be a desktop person and you just sitting there and we're going to look at like reacting to videos and stuff like that. I mean, you can go that route or play your video games or something like that, but you might lose viewers. You know what I'm saying? So IRL works best for you, but you can't be hiding what you're doing from the people. That defeats the purpose of IRL. You know what I'm saying? So when I said that in my video, I said a couple days later, he made it nice. He said, I'm going to be more intimate with my content. I'm going to be showing you guys what you want to see. No more 10-year-old content, no more G-rated content, no more Disney content. Because you got to remember, even Halle Bailey posted her kissing and getting freaked on in the middle of the ocean in Italy somewhere, right? She was even tongue kissing stuff down in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? And she the Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? She had a contract with Disney, and she was in the middle of the ocean getting freaked on and kissed on by Scott Bridgeway. DDG being all secretive, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him all in my business, but don't IRL. Don't IRL. YouTube vlog, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make them believe what you want them to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, press the record button in your house, stop the camera, upload the video, and go on about your day like you've been doing, you know, before Twitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But he finally is kind of getting back to his element. You know what I'm saying? Who made him really DDG. That was the stuff he was doing that made him popular. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, welcome back, DDG. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back. So, I think last night he was out with a young lady that he was trying to flirt with, a chick named Naomi. That's a Nigerian, and she's very pretty. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely very beautiful. So, I know when DDG was like flirting with and trying to really get with her and stuff, he might have been a little serious. Cause I mean, she's really easy on the eyes. I'm gonna put it like that. But anyway, I am gonna show you a clip of them after the stream where she actually rejected DDG. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't give up certain things. She took his number and everything. But you know, the internet is fake. So let me show you where they ended up after the stream. Check this out. As you can see, that's her standing up. That's DDG right there. Look like he probably like getting some drinks and stuff for him. She's partying. She's, you know, she's with DDG. The whole time on the stream, she's acting like she was, you know, she wasn't feeling him, and now she at the club with him. You know what I'm saying? All in the mirror, taking pictures with him and stuff. I'm just saying, DDG really outside, y'all, and I'm loving it for him. You know what I'm saying? After the whole thing with India Love. So what I'm hearing allegedly is that the whole thing that really started, other than the picture with the guy, you know, that happened with India Love was in Vegas with that guy. It was that DDG was trying to link with India Love the night that I guess she was in the hospital with Pooh Shiesty. And he didn't know nothing about, you know, Pooh Shiesty's situation or whatever. And I think she lied to him and told him something else. And then he found out that she was in the hospital with Pooh Shiesty, and that he removed her from his Instagram. That's what caused it. Because I was like, well, what happened? The picture Ben came out, and he was still, he was still following her on Instagram, and she was following him or whatever. But once the whole Pooh Shiesty thing, like, you know, because like you say, DDG and India Love was doing their little behind the scenes stuff. You know, she was coming over, laying up with him and stuff. You know, to keep him company. You know, they doing their thing, and then all of a sudden she stopped like answering the calls. She started being like slowly responsive on the text messages. DDG found out what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He saw that video on Pooh, because I guess somebody must have, you know, hinted to him that, hey man, check Pooh Shiesty, you know what I'm saying, on IG or whatever, and they saw that India Love was in the hospital with him or something. So DDG's like, oh, that's what we on. Okay, and you know DDG, when something like that happened, he just go crazy with other girls. That's when you start seeing him like go crazy with collabs, wanting to get out the country. He didn't even want to be in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he found out that he 30% Nigerian, but that's not the real reason he went to Nigeria. He trying to get away and clear his head. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to realize, India Love was the person he was like with after the whole Halle Bailey situation. So he been with her like almost every day. And then all of a sudden she starts like slipping away and going to do other stuff. So all that content you saw her with Ryan Garcia and all the other stuff she was doing, that was not in the plan. She did that to try to stay relevant because, you know, I guess her and DDG might have gotten a little slick argument, and pretty much he might have said some things like, you need me, you know, for the content. Like, what are we doing? Like, we had the Moodier thing, it's going crazy. He said, all right. So as you see, when DDG gets pissed off with someone, what does he do? He detaches from them. You see with Jay Senko, right? And he's like, well, you know, sink or swim. You ain't got my, like, I'm no longer helping you with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So same thing he did to India Love. He's like, all right, you want to go, you say you can handle your own, you India Love, all right, go ahead. And that's when she started going crazy with, you know, collabing with the Nail Twins, going with Ryan Garcia. Notice she wasn't doing none of that before. It was just her and DDG. And then DeShay got on his stream and was just telling people that who no longer like messing with their special person. You know what I'm saying? He said, of course, Consonet and Gigi. He said DDG ain't got his, but you know him, you know his little situation is no longer going on, and then he just kept going. I was like, oh, but he can't. He said that, and I think he kind of tried to catch himself, but he'd already said it, so it is what it is. And I guess that was a little payback for DDG. You know, I guess using his ingest on Twitch and had it on DeShay's room when he was doing some freaky stuff with one of the Nail Twins. You know, Renee. So it is what it is, man. It might have been a little payback, a little bitterness, but it is what it is. Yeah. And I think it had some little, they say they had a little bit of animosity. Something was going on between DeShay and DDG, man, is what I'm hearing as well. But you know what? Everything's alleged here. You know what I'm saying? Everything's alleged. But I heard they might have had a little riff-raff back and forth off of, I think, DeShay saying that. And of course, DeShay was pissed off that DDG was on his ingest and he was getting some fellatio allegedly from one of the twins. And yeah, almost got banned off Twitch and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I am going to end the video there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications. And as always, folks, as always, holla back at your boy. Peace.